Grand Rising family, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Let's talk. Let's gist. Let's vibe. So today I want to talk about the unhealed divine masculine. How to know if you are truly healed, still unhealed, or you're in transition as far as being a divine masculine is concerned. And I cannot really talk about this fully until I take you back to the beginning. Well, not really the beginning, but at least a more ancient time of a similar story. And this story is the story of Osiris, Isis, Set, and Horus. Now, all these names I mentioned, they are all Greek coined names because these were not the real names, right? Because of the invasion that happened in Kemet. But the fundamentals are still the same. Who was Osiris? Osiris was a king. Who was Isis? Isis was a queen. Osiris embodied the energy of a divine masculine, meaning that he was a leader. He was healed enough to be a leader. But here's where it gets tricky. He was betrayed by his brother, Set, who wanted power for himself. And Set, according to ancient myth, Set was known to embody the energy of chaos. Right? So Isis embodied the energy of a healed divine feminine, meaning she was connected to source. She understands her place too as the mother of creation. But the divine masculine is not directly connected to source. He is connected to his higher self, who is connected to the divine feminine, who is connected to source. That's why the divine feminine has the XX gene, what they call the Eve gene. And on this planet, only the black woman has that. And the divine masculine has what you call the XY gene, which is a mutation from the XX gene, which only shows that there's no man alive that is not born by a woman. So the ideology that they put in our heads of a woman coming out of ribs of a man, you can already see how flawed that is. Something is wrong with that story. It is a lie. Because when you look around today, who do you see creating? Women. Women give birth, men don't give birth. Men carry the spark of life. We are electric by nature. Women are magnetic. They know how to transmute and then multiply, basically, because they have what you call the seed of life. A man has a spark of life. A woman has a seed of life. And the combination of both creates what you call mankind. Right? Just like the way you talk about electricity and magnetism. When you combine both, that's how you create a current. If you check the engine of a generator, you will always find a coil, which is what is in charge of the magnetism, and then you're going to find a rod, which is in charge of, is usually stationary, creating electric spark that produces the current, that charges the alternator and all that. People who study the electrical engineering, you understand what I'm saying? The same thing with the binary code, the 1 and the 0. The 1 produces a spark, it's usually stationary, and the 0 is representing source, which is divine feminine energy, which is where everything came out from. Everything in creation came from her. Now, the story of the unhealed divine masculine can be likened to that of Set. And when you talk about Set, Set is what you call the god of the desert. Chaos, god of chaos, violence, right? Because when a healed divine masculine is supposed to be an enforcer of the divine will of the feminine is out of alignment, guess what happens? He becomes chaotic, because then he begins to want power for himself, power he cannot control. He lacks the ability to manage his power properly because he doesn't accept his place in the universe. Now, this example can be likened to Lion King. Mufasa can be likened to Osiris. Sarabi, which is the mother of Simba, can be likened to Isis. You see how calm she always is. You see how understanding she always is. You see how cool? That's the nurturing energy of divine feminine that is healed. Divine feminine is not healed. It's not calm. She's very chaotic. Now, both of them together produced a son, Simba, Horus. Scar betrayed his brother, Mufasa. Scar can be likened to Set. I'm showing you why we all like Lion King so much, even as a child. When we were growing up, watching Lion King was like, Lion King. It's because our subconscious mind found something similar in that story. And they keep doing it all the time. They do the same thing with Avatar now. They put our stories in our face, but they whitewash it. So whether you know or not, it depends on how intuitive you are, right?